My mom died on a Monday. Heart attack. No warning. At least that's what everyone said. The funeral was closed. Casket. My older brother handled everything. The paperwork. The hospital. The cremation. I barely questioned it. Why would I? She was gone, or so I thought. 31 days later, at exactly 2:17 a.m., my phone buzzed. A text message. From Mom. Just 3 words. Don't trust Ben. Ben is my brother. I stared at the screen for a full minute. Then another text arrived. He's watching. I called the number. Straight to voicemail. My brother called me 5 minutes later. His first words weren't, "Hello?" They were, "Did Mom text you too?" My blood turned cold. I asked how he knew. Silence. Then he hung up. The next morning I drove to Mom's house. Ben's truck wasn't there. The front door was unlocked. Inside everything looked normal, until I noticed the family photos. Every picture that included me was gone. Not removed. Cut. My face had been physically cut out of every frame. Then I heard a phone vibrating, coming from inside the wall. I followed the sound. Behind a loose vent was a burner phone. Hundreds of unread messages. All from Mom. All sent after her death. Most were nonsense. Random dates. Addresses. Numbers. But one message stood out. Check the grave. That night, I went to the cemetery. I know how insane that sounds, but I went. Mom's grave looked untouched, until I noticed fresh dirt. Someone had dug there recently. I called the police. They opened the grave the next morning. The coffin was inside, exactly where it should be. But it was empty. No body. Nothing. The story exploded locally. News vans showed up. My brother disappeared. Nobody could reach him. Then the police made a discovery. The hospital records for Mom's death didn't exist. Not missing. Never created. It was as if she had never died at all. 3 days later, I got another text. A photo. My mother standing in front of a motel mirror, holding that day's newspaper. Alive. Below the photo. I didn't run from the family. A second message arrived immediately after. I ran from what Ben found in the attic. That was the first time I'd ever heard about an attic. Our house didn't have one. At least, I didn't think it did. The entrance was hidden behind insulation in the garage ceiling. I climbed up alone. Big mistake. The attic wasn't storage. It was a room. A secret room. Inside were hundreds of cassette tapes. Every single one labeled with a date. The oldest was from before I was born. The newest was from last month. I grabbed the most recent tape. Pressed play. My mother's voice filled the room. Crying. Terrified. She said, "If you're hearing this, Ben finally found the truth." Then another voice spoke. Not Ben's. Not mine. Not anyone I recognized. A man's voice. Calm. Cold. And very close to the microphone. He said, "She was never your mother." The tape ended. I nearly dropped it. Then I heard footsteps below me. In the garage. Someone had entered the house. I looked through a crack in the floor and saw my brother. He wasn't alone. My mother was standing beside him, alive. Both of them staring directly up at me, like they knew exactly where I was. Then my phone buzzed one final time. A text from an unknown number. Just one sentence. "Ask them why your childhood photos only start at age 7. And that's when I realized I had never seen a single picture of myself younger than that. Not one.